on the role of different foundation, organizations and foundations in the European Union. I got my phone. Okay, okay. So I welcome all of them. The mic goes to Lucia, who is the leader of the president of Women's Speak Out Club at Istanbul University, and has been raising awareness about issues related to women throughout the last semester and the last year, if I'm not wrong. I welcome you to the stage, and I hope that you'll tell us some good stuff.
So, hello everyone, welcome to the conference. We will try here to increase the awareness of gender equality and the issues that women face today, especially notably in the African region. So when we talk about Africa, it's mostly how people face the issues of poverty and how to break the circle of poverty in the region of Africa. Increases another issues of the development issues where all the human capacities have to be present. So when we talk about it, we mean basically that not only men as the main actors of the development programs are present in the growing economy in Africa, but women also have to take part of it. So, as I said, to break the vicious circle of poverty, we need to argue the enhanced and broad-based programs in order to increase growth and development. And having said that, I think that women, as first thing that allow women to participate in the development programs is the education. So empowerment of women can be achieved only by means of education. Now, I think that the most important issue here is even recently we have seen the Greece bailout, the Greece default, and interestingly to see that there was a fund campaign which tries to reach money from all over the world. And when we look at the regions which participated with money, with funds, in this campaign, we can see 5 cities in all the topmost 5 generous countries, and we can see the states in the United States. And if you go further, we see a very interesting statistic here, funders by gender. So, which is interesting that we have 30% of generous female women, which invested in for Greece, and we have 70% of men. So, from which you can drive your conclusions. But even in the one of the wealthiest countries in the world. We don't talk here about the generosity of women, but I guess most of all is the issues of how women participate in work. So having done a research about the position of girls in Africa, the sad thing about it is that they are supposed to marry at the early age, and one of 8 girls in Africa and in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia is getting married at 15 years old. If you look at one out of 7 girls, so they're giving birth at 17 years old. From which we can drive bad conclusions out of it. So education is one of the things that can help girls to understand, to get out of darkness, to give up, to basically to understand that there are other and much more important things than getting married earlier. So in Ethiopia, if you look at the statistics in Ethiopia, 32% of girls were married by years of also 15 years old, having just the primary education, and comparing to the 9% of girls which had secondary education. So I'd like to, having made the research and looked at what girls who has experienced the early marriage has said. One of them was I will just quote. She's writing, "I'm not the same person I was a year and a half ago. I was a very happy person then. I'm just not myself anymore. I feel I lose all my friends now because I'm somebody else. I'm not me. I don't like myself. I don't know if other people would either. I don't like the way I am now. That's why I am so unhappy. Before I had the baby, I was free. I had a lot of friends. I was fun to be with. I was happy and I enjoyed before," she says. So the real purpose of education is helping girls getting out of darkness, having providing them guidance in their life. And interesting statistics in Pakistan show that women with good literacy skills earn basically with 95% more than the women with weak literacy skills. So again, the importance of education is growing, and with the conditions we have now, I would like to also mention that as agents of change, women they need to be empowered with knowledge to bring about change in the world. So I would like to show you a video which is interesting too, how the women which basically lose their confidence by apparently simple things, but which just wakes so many conditions. So here we have a participant.
Hi, what's your name, darling?
My name is Susan Boyle.
So first,
Okay,
if you heard it, what's your name, darling? Starting with strangely the conversation.
Susan, where are you from?
I'm from Blackburn near Bathgate, West Lothian.
It's a big town.
Yes, like where are you from? I'm from this small town. And he mentions, okay, it's a small town, right? So, the region you come from. And what I wanted to mention that in restricted areas, in rural areas, the girls are facing with problems like losing confidence and, simply losing their confidence when they're facing with problems in social life.
It's a sort of collection of,
So she's trying to say.
villages.
It's a collection of villages.
And how old are you, Susan?
I am 47.
So when the age,
That's
how
just
old
one
are you,
side of
sir?
me.
37. Again, rising kind of non-confidence in her.
Okay, what's the dream?
I'm trying to be a professional singer.
And why hasn't it worked out so far, Susan?
I've never been given the chance before, but here's hoping it will change.
Okay, and who would you like to be as successful as?
Elaine Page.
Elaine
something like
Page.
that.
What are you going to sing tonight?
I'm going to sing I Dreamed a Dream from The Miserables.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So again, before she starts to sing, everyone looks at her cynically, not really trusting her. But let's see how she promotes herself.
Yeah.
And one more thing, the video has been, viral on internet. In just one day, it collected, or several days, it connected 170 million viewers. So.
Yeah.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. It looks like life would
you? Do you? No.
I dream of love never when dreams are made and used to be still, the solid song no wine tasted. All the time has come in their lives the softest wonder as they tear your hopes as they turn your dreams to
Yeah, so that was my presentation, and at the conclusion, I would like to say that it's important to look at all the corners of the world and see that there is still and yet an underutilized and underevaluated potential in the world, which has to be seen and has to be observed. Thank you.